1.5 kilos. He does look the class runner of the race. He's had the 3 runs back. He's won 2 of those. His win here last start was very good. Only blot in the copybook was against Demon Award 2 back, who's very handy. So he looks a treat per rating. He's just got to carry the weight, but he's got the perfect gate to be right there to win. 2, Miss Seattle from the Georgie Holt stable at Townsville. Ash Butler to ride, gate 361 kilos. Handy mare. Her run here last start behind Hell of a Boy was good. She can race up on speed. She seems to be finding the 1400 pretty close to perfect nowadays, so expect a good performance from her. She does look well. 3, Chow Bicky from the Georgie Holt stable at Townsville. Jackson Murphy to ride, gate 460.5 kilos, son of Rubik. He's at the 2 runs back. He's probably needed both of those. He can roll forward on his day. He may be a bit closer today, but he might just need the one more run. 4, Tycoon Beau from the Steve Massingham stable at Cairns. Masayuki Abe to ride, gate 660 kilos, son of Britain Tycoon, a Ewan winner last start. His record here, well, he's had a start at Townsville for this one minor placing, but he's capable enough. 5, Overseas from the Georgie Holt stable at Townsville. Tessa Townsend to ride, gate 5, takes 2 off down to 57.5. He was a very promising 3-year-old, this, but his form just disappeared. He's had a few runs back. He was a little bit better last start, stretching out to the mile. I think they'll press the button and try and be handy again on him today. 6 is Count of Carford from the Stephen Roy stable at Townsville. Chelsea Jockey to ride, gate 7, 58.5 kilos. He's a capable horse. He won at Cairns 3 back, a good effort too. His last couple of runs have been a bit disappointing. He's better than that. Expect improvement back to Townsville today. 7 is John Booke from the General Ryan stable at Atherton. Adrian Late to ride, gate 8, 58 kilos. Slow to begin first up over the 950 behind Bones. I thought he attacked the line hard. If they run along, he can be a real sharp improver second up. 8 is Orr from the Michael Gainey stable at Townsville. Adam Sewell to ride, gate 2, 57.5 kilos. Second up. First up run was a little plain Jane. Can be an improver traditionally second up, but might need 1 or 2 more. 10 is Santa Marinella from the Roddy Miller stable at Cairns. Ryan Wiggins to ride, gate 11, 57 kilos. A winner at Cairns, 2 starts back in benchmark 58 grade. Just has to step up a little bit again today. 11, Vienna Rain from the Roy Chalemi stable at Tolga. Scott Sheargold to ride, gate 9, 57 kilos. Capable mare who likes to get up generally over the mile. I was a shade disappointed with her last start, so she'll need to lift here. And the 12 to round them out is Prince Akeem from the Graham Hughes stable at Townsville. Jason Taylor to ride, gate 10 on the minimum. A mile winner here last start. The effort was good. Just probably back in trip doesn't suit as much. That's a look at them from the mounting yard. Race 7 at Townsville. Speed Legend has been crunched here from $2 into $1.65. Looks very hard to beat. This is race 7 at Townsville, a benchmark 70 over 1,400 metres on 1, 2, 7 and 6. He generally settles a little bit further back. He's been that way in his 3 runs up in North Queensland, but he goes to the 1,400 today, so they may try and get towards that midfield position, maybe a touch better. He's got gate 1, Lacey Morrison aboard, and he's just been going so well. 3 runs up this way. He's only been beaten by 1, and that was Demon Award 2 back, who's very handy. So he's got 61.5 kilos. It's a bit of a steadier, but plenty of his competition have got to carry weight as well. So gate 1, Lacey Morrison, big plus. 1, Speed Legend on top. 2, Miss Seattle. I think she'll run a race today. She has been getting back. She can attack the line hard. I think she's found her niche around the 1,400 now, so I think she's a threat for sure. 7, John Booke. Well, he flew home over 950 first up at Cairns. Second up records, it's not outstanding, but it's okay. He'll relish a bit of speed on here, and the 6 Count of Carford's not the worst. I know they're both a big price, John Booke and Count of Carford, but with luck, they can put themselves right into the mix here. 1, 2, 7 and 6 my numbers. Third leg of the quaddie, and it is all Speed Legend. Open $2.60, $2 this morning, now $1.65. Miss Seattle has been 6 out to 7. You've got the 4 there, Tycoon Beau, $5.50 out to $8.50, nothing happening. 12, which is Prince Akeem, a winner over the mile here last start, $17 to $16. 3, which is Chow Bicky. He was on his toes. He's $13 to $19. The 6, which is Count of Carford, 15 out to 23. there's just no money for anything, really. It's all about the toppy. Now into $1.55, Speed Legend. Gate 1, should be able to sum it up pretty early if he can settle a little closer in the run. I just think he's super hard to beat and paraded well. It's been a great day's racing at Townsville. Track has been superb. Very, very warm conditions, though. Loading up well for the penultimate. Still one to come, which is due to jump at 5 o'clock Queensland time. Obviously 6 o'clock down south, but quick turnaround there for the last. Here's Tony Wode for race 7.
$9 Tycoon Beau. Miss Seattle just firming up to $6 from $7.50. And that's saying something because the volume of money has just poured in for Speed Legend. So Miss Seattle does have her fanciers. She's got a good record here. She's been racing in tougher races. Back to a benchmark today. Now Speed Legend locked away. Count of Carford coming up. And Santa Marinella will be the last to go in. We're just about ready. Santa Marinella completes the line. Light switched on. They're ready to go. Standing pretty well. There's the signal. They're off and running now. And Tycoon Beau squeezed out of the start, drops back to the end with John Booke a little slow out and coming out quickly. Count of Carford with Chow Bicky. And they're urging early to try and take the lead, and going with them is Vienna Rain on the outside. So 3 in line settling down and a good pace. Prince Akeem gets to 4th. Speed Legend 5th on the inside. Then Overseas on the outer. 2 lengths further back was Orr, followed by Santa Marinella. Miss Seattle gets back to 3rd last from John Booke. And last of all, Tycoon Beau when they whip off the back straight. Vienna Rain had to do some work, and now Prince Akeem takes a turn in front. And Prince Akeem darts away. 2.5 to Vienna Rain, Count of Carford. They were followed by Overseas, Chow Bicky, Santa Marinella, and the favourite Speed Legend on the fence. 1.5 to John Booke from Orr. Deeper out, Tycoon Beau starts a run as they start to pack up, and Miss Seattle last the fence. Down to the turn, Prince Akeem just in front of Count of Carford. In 3rd place, Vienna Rain. Speed Legend right behind him, trying to thread away through. They were followed by Overseas. Deeper out, Tycoon Beau's making ground with Santa Marinella. Miss Seattle nowhere to go. Down to the 200, Prince Akeem a length in front. Now Speed Legend sees daylight, joins in quickly. On the outside, Tycoon Beau trying to go with him from Overseas. Speed Legend draws away. Speed Legend goes on to win by a length on the line from Tycoon Beau. John Booke in a photo with Overseas for 3rd, and they were followed next in by Orr, and then came Chow Bicky, followed further back in the field by Vienna Rain, Prince Akeem, and well back in the field then came Santa Marinella with Count of Carford, the last one in, Miss Seattle.
Too good, Speed Legend. She's a nice horse. He was bottled up. She was looking for clear air. She was able to extricate. I'll tell you what, if one person can find a gap, it is Elle Morrison. She has just burst through on Speed Legend and has got the job done. Well-supported wins and trained to the minute by Roy Chalemi. 61.5 kilos, no problems. Tycoon Beau was winding up. A good effort to run second, but just couldn't match Speed Legend. Gee, John Booke was closing off strongly. I don't know that he's run the drum, but he is absolutely motored late. Overseas' effort was good there, but it is John Booke has run 3rd. So there you go. 1-4-7-5. Good run, John Booke, to run 3rd. 1-4-7-5 are confirmed. Race 7 at Townsville. Let's head to Graham White for the lucky last at the nation's capital.
Our last race is a benchmark 60 over the 1,200 metres and a pretty wide open race.
Welcome back to Townsville for the last. Now, this was a revised time, so they were pretty adventurous to get them in on time. We're still waiting on the 1 and the 2. So Dark Rebel is your favourite. The 1 at 2.15 tab fixed over. The 3 Mista Omega at 3.30. Then the 2 Sealion at $11 out to Zoo Hope at 12. Couple there on the $13 line, Lady Rain and Valanconi. We might kick off on horse 3, come back to 1 and 2 because they're not in the yard yet. So So this is race 8. It's a Class 2 over 1,400 metres. The 3 is Mista Omega from the Georgie Holt stable at Townsville. Tessa Townsend to ride gate 2, takes 2 off down to 58 kilos. Well-deserved win here last start over 1,400 metres, albeit in easier grade than what he faces today. He generally gets back, hits the line hard, needs a bit of tempo on, but parades well. 4 is Lady Rain from the Graham Hughes stable at Townsville. Lacey Morrison to ride gate 3, 56 kilos. Has had the 4 runs back. Good run at the Home Hill Tab meeting, 2 starts back in Class 3 grade, just beaten by one better and Son of the Beast, but bumped on jumping last start. A couple of excuses there. The gun rider aboard, Lacey Morrison. 5 is Valanconi from the Roy Chalemi stable at Tolga. Jason Taylor to ride gate 8, 55 kilos. Son of Nakoni's had the 3 runs back. Got the maiden out of the way here last start over 1,200 metres, stepping up to the 1,400 metres, but Victorian form in maiden grade was okay over 1,300 and a bit further, so interesting little watch here, Valanconi. 6 is Lady Masquerade from the Sarah Cornley stable at Townsville. Not Pietro, it's Scotty Sheagold, the pickup rider. My apologies. Pietro off to hospital with a suspected broken collarbone, but gate 1 on the minimum, mare by Invader. Her run at Ewan last start was good. She did hang in sharply on 2 occasions, final 200 metres. She needs to do everything right here. 7, Cloudy Miss from the Joe Hassett stable at Townsville. Adrian Late to ride from gate 9 on the minimum, mare by Jabali. I thought a run at Ewan wasn't too bad last start. She was galloped on, so she had a little bit against her, and she had a tough run in transit as well. So expect some improvement here, and she's probably over the odds. 8 is From This Moment from the Michael Gainey stable at Townsville. Adam Sewell to ride from gate 11 on the minimum, mare by Impending. She was a winner at Mackay over 1563 starts back, and she's battled on well last couple of runs up on speed. 9 is Done Nothing from the Michael Whitehouse stable at Townsville. Rebecca Wilson to ride gate 5, takes 3 off down to 51 kilos. Has had the 3 runs back. Just probably needing those. Was a 1,400 metre maiden winner here, 4 starts back, so could be a knockout improver here. 10 is Bells Approaching from the Matt Adonado stable at Ingham. Peter Cullen to ride from gate 6 on the minimum. Gee, Pete, he's done well to get down. Bandages hind off the first time. His form's been a bit mixed, this horse, so his run wasn't disgraced last start, making some ground here, but needs to improve that touch. The 11 is Zoo Hope from the Joe Russo stable at Ingham. Isabella Tay to ride from gate 12, takes 2 off down to 52 kilos. Son of Zoo Star had no luck here last start, slow to begin, race wide majority, but still worked to the line well, a knockout chance. 12, Ansel Mo from the Troy Clive stable at Townsville. Jackson Murphy to ride gate 13 on the minimum. Son of Real Saga. Good run at Mackay, 2 starts back, but it was off heels at the 900 here last start, and that basically cost him. He never came into play. 13, Rupert's Boy from the Albie Molino stable at Townsville. Chelsea Jockey to ride gate 10 on the minimum. Son of Winning Rupert, who just never fired at Ewan last start, but did have some bruising to the eye, so maybe a couple of excuses there. Let's go back to the 1, Dark Rebel. There he is. She looks well. Steve Massingham trains at Cairns. Ryan Wiggins to ride gate 4, 62.5 kilos, son of a Stern. He's a real looker. He's had the 3 runs back. And look, he's run into Speed Legend and Demon Award. We saw what Speed Legend did to a better race in the last. So you'd expect form lines are there for Dark Rebel. Just has to carry the 62.5 kilos. And the 2, Sealion for Janelle Ryan at Atherton. Ash Butler to ride gate 7, 60.5 kilos. Tongue tie first time. Blinkers again. A son of a Stern, who can put in a good run. Recent form's been disappointing, but I go back to a good effort behind Never Cry at Cairns, 5 back, and a good run behind Count of Carford, 4 starts back, but just disappointing efforts last 3 runs. That's a look at them from the mounting yard as they're almost behind the gates for race 8 at Townsville. This is a Class 2 over 1,400 metres, and you would expect that Dark Rebel has been well supported. I'm just grabbing my tab app to have a look. Dark Rebel, open $3, $2.15 this morning, $2.10 now, so pretty rock solid about the 1, Dark Rebel. We'll try and find some moves. Mista Omega, $4 into $3.20. Not much else to really report. We'll check back through those. Zoo Hope's had some specking at a bit of a price, but that's about it. It's really honing in between these 2, 1 and 3. And this is a Class 2 to round out proceedings. Just a delayed start with the injury to Pietro Romeo. Our thoughts with Pietro. collarbone out of an incident in the Mounting Yard race 3. So the last here, on 1-3-4-7, I'm keen on the one Dark Rebel. He's just got those form lines, Speed Legend, Demon Award. Should be able to get a good run in transit. He's got to carry a lot of weight, but this is panels easier than what he's been up against. So I think he can win and win well today. Dark Rebel, one on top. Over the 3, Mista Omega. He deserved to win last start, 1,400 metres, and he's just got to step up against a handy one. But look, he's in winning form, and there's no reason he can't perform well with the claim. He gets him with the 58 kilos here. 4, Lady Rain, I think she'll be right there with them today. She'll be able to box seat in transit for Lacey Morrison and give a ton of cheek. And the 7, Cloudy Miss, I thought the same, could run a bit of a cheeky race there for Joe Hassett and Adrian Late. So 1, 3, 4 and 7 are my numbers. And it is Dark Rebel, the favourite here for the last, from $2.15 this morning to $2.10. Mista Omega's got admirers, though, $4 into $3.40. Did touch $3.20, just back out to $3.40. As I said, there's a little spec for the 11 Zoo Hope, $13 into $10. 2 Sea Lions, 11 out to 12. Nothing happening there. Lady Rain's $8.50 out to 16. Valanconi's 13 out to 17. There's no money from this moment. That's about the ball game. It's just between these top 2, isn't it, in betting? But, yeah, track has been super today. Well done to all concerned. It's raced really well, and a couple of very nice wins. And one in particular, or 2 in particular, Tara Jasmine, race 3. She was outstanding to win over 1,000. And Brave Intent in the very next race was barnstorming from the back of the field. So a couple of nice wins to follow from the day. Here is one of the best around, Tony Woad, to call us home.
To come up. And Dark Rebel. He'll be the last to go in. So just about set. Last of the day. Dark Rebel goes in. And now they're set. Light switched on. Ready to go. Gates are back. They're off in the last. And Zoo Hope missed the kick. Ansel Mo also slow out. And coming out very quickly, Cloudy Miss on the outside was Sea Lion with the early leaders. And getting up into third over on the inside was Lady Rain. They were followed next on the centre of the track. Then Dark Rebel in a good spot. From this moment, it's whipping around them very quickly. And Lady Masquerade holding a posse back on the fence as they leave the back straight. Then came Done Nothing. Followed a length away by Mista Omega, ridden back off the speed. And further back was Valanconi. He's only got about 4 behind him when they turn off the back straight. Bell's Approaching's well back there, and so too is Ansel Mo, Zoo Hope as they come to the side, and Rupert's Boy's about 4th last. It's Sea Lion cruising along out in front, about a half length clear at the 700 from this moment. In third place on the inside was Lady Bird, or Lady Rain, and they were followed close attendance as they come up towards the home turn by Done Nothing, who's about to swing deep. And now the favourite Dark Rebel's getting going. Lady Masquerade staying closer to the inside when they start to turn for home. And then came Mista Omega threading his way through. Down to the 200, Sea Lion, the leader, leads by a length and a half. Running second is Lady Rain. Trying hard now is From This Moment. And now Dark Rebel from Mista Omega. But going to the front is Lady Rain with 100 to go over the favourite Dark Rebel. And Lady Rain goes on to win by a length and a half to Dark Rebel. Third's close. Sea Lion, Mista Omega's deeper out. Zoo Hope rattled home. And From This Moment with them, and they were followed by Bell's Approaching, and further back was Cloudy Miss, and then a gap further back to Done Nothing, followed by Ansel Mo in company with Valanconi, Lady Masquerade, and the last one in was Rupert's Boy.
Oh, that'll add some spice into our quaddie. Lady Rain, you know who it was. Lacey Morrison again for Graham Hughes. 3 on the day. Just given an absolute peach. And Lady Rain had the march on Dark Rebel, who was winding up, but he just couldn't pick her up. Lady Rain was able to sprint. Good ride, good win, and yeah, that will make the quaddie juicy. 4 Lady Rain beats the 1 Dark Rebel. As I said, his run was good. He just took forever to wind up, didn't he? He had to bustle into the clear, but his effort was okay, but just off and gone, the winner. Lady Rain running third. I think you'll find maybe Sea Lion on the inside. Mista Omega's closing off, but I'm going to say 4, 1, 2, and 3, but we'll just stand by to have that confirmed. Gee, that got out to a price. Lady Rain was friendless in betting. But there she was again, that girl, Lacey Morrison, 3 for the day, this time with Graham Hughes and Lady Rain. A good job. She was just able to sprint, wasn't she, Lady Rain, and catch them all napping, including the favourite Dark Rebel, who had to really pick up and chase. So Lady Rain, 4-1. Still no numbers for third and fourth in the frame, but friendless. Absolutely friendless in betting, and just draws a gate, gets the right run. Goes bang, Lady Rain to round out the day's racing. Well done to the team. We're still standing by for third and fourth, so we'll just hang by for that to come through. Just quickly recapping winners today. Answering won the first, Scotty Shegold and Billy Kenning. Race 2, Maserati, Lacey Morrison and Fred Whelan. Race 3, Tara Jasmine. Mentioned her before, she was outstanding. Adrian Leighton, Phil Minter. Race 4, Brave Intent, Chelsea Jockick and Janelle Ryan came with a wet sail. Race 5, Bakersfield, Jason Taylor, Freddie Whelan, a double on the day for Freddie. Crowning moment, the short price favourite won race 6 for Jason Taylor and Roy Chalemi. Race 7, Speed Legend, Lacey Morrison and Roy Chalemi. And she has won the last. 4-1. It is the 2C line that had come third. It should have been a judge. Mista Omega has run fourth, but 4-1-2-3 to round out the day's racing. A little bit of spice into the quaddie, and well done to Lacey Morrison with riding honours on the day. Well, that rounds out our day's racing from Townsville. Of course, racing at Rockhampton on Sunday. Looking forward to that. But for now, we will take a break on Sky Thoroughbred Central. On the other side, Johnny Gatfield, Nick Burney, Formline Extra, looking at the quaddie legs for Rosehill for tomorrow. And, of course, sticks with them. Jason with him. He's down at Launceston. We've got all the coverage from Launceston tonight, and I think the Sunshine Coast may be coming on board too. So, gee, there's racing all over the place, isn't there? A very good afternoon from Townsville.